NBCSN welcomes you to the following presentation of the Stanley Cup Playoffs.
The pregame focus of a goaltender, always interesting. Tonight we peek in on Tampa Bay's Ben Bishop, and down the hall, 23-year-old Peter Mrazek. They have been big stories so far. They look to write more here tonight.
He'll need to raise his game, especially if the guy at the other end plays like he did in the series opener.
For as brilliant as Detroit's Peter Mrazek was in Game 1. What a save, Mrazek! Tampa Bay's netminder was determined to stand tall in Game 2. What a save by Bishop. Helped out by the league's top offense. The speedy Tyler Johnson walks it alone. He scores! Tyler Johnson, the breakaway! 4-0 Lightning! The Lightning tied the series. Now, the magic that is Hockey Town awaits. Pivotal Game 3, next. Welcome to the Stanley Cup Playoffs, presented by Geico on a beautiful Tuesday night. This series rolls into Hockey Town. The fans are ready outside Joe Louis Arena, and so are we for game number 3, the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Detroit Red Wings. Good evening, everybody. I'm John Forsland. As always, thanks for joining us, and welcome to game number 3. It's been an intriguing series so far. Detroit winning game number 1, 3-2. Tampa Bay responding in a big way with a 5-1 win in game 2. Andy Brickley will be inside the glass. Brick, how was Tampa Bay able to get to that level in the second game?
Well, John, playoff hockey can be about matchups and adjustments, but it's really about winning the physical battles and putting yourself in a position in order to win a hockey game and have that will to win. And when Tampa brought the physical aspect of the game in game 2, and it was led by Ryan Callahan, was credited with 5 hits, but 4 of them were emphatic. Stamkos was involved. It didn't matter what your position was on the team. Everybody needed to get inside the dots. They needed second and third opportunities, something they didn't get in game 1, and they fought through checks, particularly in the offensive zone. They activated their D. They were very good in every category, and that's why they put a 5 spot on the board.
Now, Detroit is known for their balanced scoring, and I guess tonight they're expecting a lot from their support guys.
Yeah, it can't be about Datsuk and Zetterberg all the time, and you can't even call it secondary scoring because they really rely on these 4 guys in particular to get the offense done. Thomas Tatar, Gustav Nyquist, they were 1-2 in the goal-scoring department for Detroit during the regular season. Riley Sheahan, big body in the middle, can distribute the puck, and Darren Helm with his pace of play, any line he's on, is going to be effective. They need to create more opportunities in the offensive zone, whether that's through puck possession or winning those physical battles that we talked about. Maybe it's even on the power play. Create more opportunities, and when they get those opportunities between the dots and in the scoring areas, they've got to beat Ben Bishop.
Well, it should be great, and I'll tell you what, in the second game, it didn't take them long to get to this stuff. We expect more tonight. We'll hear from Niklas Kronwall from the Detroit side. He likes this stuff. He's next with Andy Brickley on the other side. The Stanley Cup Playoffs on NBC are brought to you by Ford. Introducing the all-new Ford F-150, the future of tough. By SAP. Visit NHL.com/stats with insights from SAP. And by Miller Lite, the original light Pilsner. Cheers, it's Miller time. 24 consecutive years in the postseason. The Detroit Red Wings come home tied in this best-of-7 series as they hit the ice. With 14 shots in Game 1, they managed a 3-2 victory. Tampa Bay really responded in a big way, especially physically in the second game, which led them to a 5-1 victory. They get ready inside Joe Louis Arena. Historic Joe Louis Arena, erected in 1979. Well over 20,000 on hand. We had an electric atmosphere in Tampa for the first 2 games. We expect much of the same here tonight. Pavel Datsyuk worked his magic in the first game with a goal and an assist. We'll have new line mates for game number 2, and game 3, we will catalog that later on. Ben Bishop, outstanding in the second game, only saw 14 shots in game number 1. He gets ready for his responsibility tonight in this third game. Let's get down to the ice. Andy Brickley and Niklas Kronwall.
Nicholas, you're the go-to guy on the blue line for Detroit. How do you slow down this high-octane offense at Tampa?
As soon as we lose the puck, we got to make sure we take away their time and space and make it tight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Table is set. Nicholas Kronwall on the wings ready for game 3.
We are the champions, setting it off again. Oh, we on fire, running our own campaign, doing the whole shebang. Oh, we on fire.
The Red Wings back to the postseason for the 24th straight year. Sit back and enjoy. Looking for a tip. There it is. They score. Glendening throws on the brakes. He scores. What a goal. Scores. Tyler Johnson breaks the ice early. The speedy Tyler Johnson walks it alone. He scores. The series is tied at 1 game apiece. Welcome back inside Joe Louis Arena. Let's take a look at the numbers for our starting goaltenders tonight, presented by Honda. Ben Bishop said, "I need to be better." And he certainly was in the second game of this series with 23 saves as Bishop prepares for the Tampa Bay Lightning. At the other end, Peter Mrazek was pulled after 2. It wasn't all on him. The team wasn't performing in front of him, but he certainly performed in game number 1. The first star with 44 saves. Lineup adjustments for Detroit. Justin Abdelkader in along with Brendan Smith on defense. Stephen Weiss, Alexei Marchenko are out. No changes for Tampa Bay. Sit back and enjoy game number 3. Shidlitsky paired on defense with Brendan Smith. Plays his first postseason game of 2015. Victor Hedman tied up on the way out for Tampa Bay. Smith takes the run at J.T. Brown, but as we see, the Lightning get it out. Gustav Nyquist starting on this line with Henrik Zetterberg and Justin Abdelkader. Abdelkader with 23 goals during the regular season, a career best as his dump-in deflects out of play.
Well, Mike Babcock talking before the game about the need for his team not only to get better in every area, although he liked the way they played much of game 2 after winning game 1 in a very opportunistic style, but he said we need to have a greater will to win, and we have to compete a lot harder and bring a better skating game, and those are the things you got to look for. Detroit playing their first home game of this series.
The building where they won 22 of their 43. Steven Stamkos out in front. Unattainable for Matt Carl. Thomas Tatar had Detroit's only goal in game 2. Plays it back for the D. Jonathan Eriksson. It deflects all the way in on Ben Bishop. They'll move it a steal. Tatar at the top of your screen. Broken up by Alex Killorn, who slides it out towards the Detroit line. Played here by Pavel Datsyuk. Sidestepping Stamkos now. Darren Helm with a shot. Shut down by Bishop. Loose out in front. Val Quincy goes to work his shot. Easily detected by Ben Bishop.
Well, it's no surprise that John Cooper started the Boyle line here in their first road game of the postseason this year. He doesn't like to call it the 4th line. When you have a team as deep as Tampa is, he just called that the Boyle line. They've been very effective. We'll call them a 4th unit just to identify them. Lennon Morrow on the left side takes the body at every opportunity. Boyle, the big body in the middle. Brown with the good speed and the energy on the right side. But an elusive move by Pavel Datsyuk to set up Helm for the first real good scoring chance of the night.
Beautiful move. Now Victor Hedman rushes in. Nikita Kucherov with a shot picked off by Mrazek.
Pretty good response, but it's no surprise that it comes from the Johnson line. Little drop pass. Hedman activates up that off wing to create those little 2-on-1s inside the offensive zone. Kucherov gets a real good shot away. Mrazek with a nice glove.
Tyler Johnson, the first star in game 2 with 2 goals, centers this line. The triplets they call them, with Andre Palat and Nikita Kucherov. Mike Babcock getting his 4th line out there. Luke Glendening, Landon Ferraro, Drew Miller. They've been very good in the first 2 games as the pinballs wide of Bishop. Hedman paired on defense with Andre Schuster. Nikita Kucherov leads it there, and now Glendening will hunt it down. Scored a huge goal for Detroit in game 1. Andre Schuster coming all the way back. Sidesteps the front of that hit from Landon Ferraro. Schuster along the boards now will settle it down. 2 minutes gone, period 1, game 3. John Forsland, Andy Brickley inside the glass. Brendan Smith, abdicator. Here comes Zetterberg. His shot nullified by Matt Carl. Loosened back of the goal. Valtteri Filppula lays it along for Nemestikov, who chips it all the way back in the Detroit zone. Brendan Smith is flushed out by Cedric Paquette. A quick up for Abdelkader. He leaves it. Here comes Nyquist. Gus Nyquist cutting, holding onto it. Turning one off the stick of Matt Carl. Paquette. Nice stick play by Zetterberg. Nyquist shut down with a blocker by Bishop. Kronwall settles it deep. Zetterberg out of the corner. Nyquist on and off the stick. Held in by Kronwall. Nyquist again. Holding. Zetterberg. Abdelkader out in front. Great play by Braden Coburn. A jockey in back of the goal. You see the scrum. Vladdy Nemestikov outlets the puck for Cedric Paquette. And the crowd loves what they see from the home team early.
Early dividends with Abdelkader back in the lineup, be able to move some people around, create different forward lines. But it was speed through the neutral zone that put that pressure in motion, and a couple of good opportunities because of the rotation in the offensive zone by that unit.
Bishop now plays it along Steven Stamkos. This way, Killorn a give back, handcuffing Anton Strawman. To the center zone, back in Tampa Bay ice, and out they go. Stamkos has room. His shot denied by Mrazek. The rebound handled by Peter Mrazek. Darren Helm in support, and away go Detroit. We get some back pressure from Alex Killorn. Killorn scored a beautiful goal in Game 2. The pinball's in on Bishop, played here by Nikita Nesterov, who has 3 points in the first 2 games. Tatar, a tight turn, lays it along. Helm is camped out in the corner for Detroit. He's muscled a bit by Anton Strawman. Killorn lends a helping hand. Nesterov tied up now. Helm in on the forecheck for the Red Wings. Darren Helm to the outside. Thomas Jurko is also on this line. It's brought out here by Steven Stamkos. Both teams changing as Stamkos got it deep. Quincy for Danny DeKeyser. They're reunited tonight. They played very well together in the second half. Bishop along the wall, turning out is Tyler Johnson. All the way across, Andre Palat. He got to it again. Tampa Bay reorganizes. Johnson a steer, cut off by DeKeyser. The Detroit native out to center. Chipped along, broken up by the Lightning. DeKeyser one more time. Cradling away from Kucherov. Glendening. Landon Ferraro steps in. Across for Drew Miller. And a shrug by Tyler Johnson. Now Ferraro. A good look out in front. Cleaned up by Victor Hedman. Tyler Johnson, Nikita Kucherov. Tampa Bay attempts a breakout.
Pretty good pace in both directions down here, John. Neither team wanting to spend very much time in their own zone. They're trying to develop some speed between the tops of the circles in one end and tops of circles at the other. You can generate speed, make good decisions, well execution. When you talk about moving the puck, you're going to get opportunities. You're going to play with pace.
Here they come with pace. Brian Boyle. Good play by Riley Sheahan on him. He's got the puck. And away they go. Lead feed all the way back in the Tampa Bay zone. This is icing. We'll swing it back.
Oh, Detroit looking to move the puck a lot quicker, certainly through the neutral zone. And when they get into that offensive zone, they like to overload one side, create 2-on-1s, and they have the creativity with their high-end forwards to get quality scoring chances. The Zetterberg line out there, Nyquist, Abdelkader doing a terrific job, and you try to take away as much of the ice as you can, try to own the middle of the ice. Good back check by Sheahan. You got to be 200-foot players if you're going to play for both these coaches.
Zhitlitsky now, the veteran in control through center ice. Anton Strawman, outstanding in both games in Tampa. His teams have had a couple of days off. Game 2 was Saturday afternoon at Amalie Arena. Game 4 of this series is Thursday night right here. Dished out of the zone by Cedric Paquette. A heavy hit. Kyle Quincy says hello to Vladislav Nemestikov. Now Quincy in control. Lays it along. Detroit was changing. Carl D to D. Anton Strawman. Matt Carl through center. Broken up by Thomas Tatar. Goes off the stick of Darren Helm. Strawman just inside his own line. Killorn for Stamkos. It trickles in. Jonathan Ericsson up the gut. Sealed off here by Carl. He'll swing it back. Detroit has the game's only 2 shots thus far. Now comes all the way back.
A big hit by Helm in the neutral zone on Alex Killorn.
In control now. Braden Coburn. He'll feed it in. Goes by Peter Mrazek. Out of the corner. Callahan tied up as you see it. Kronwall is on him. Jonathan Ericsson moves it back. Just about 7 minutes gone in period 1 of game 3. Series tied at 1. Carl moves it by Braden Goldberg. Ryan Callahan, who had 5 hits in game 2. He has 10 in the series. Takes a little shrug from Drew Miller, but he got it in. Mrazek moves it. Quincy has time and space. Top of your screen, Landon Ferraro. All the way back. Puck is batted down with a high stick, so we get a stoppage of play. 12:56 left to go. The opening period of game 3. Let's take a look at this play presented by Boeing Precision Performance.
Well, you talk about having strength down the middle, and Tampa has it. You think about Stamkos and Johnson and Boyle, but Val Filper is one of the go-to guys on this team. Very strong in game 2. His ability to be elusive when he needs to be offensively and be able to fight through checks along the wall, along with that elusiveness and the vision to make plays, and he can create his own offense. Nice goal late in the game. 5th goal, follows his own shot, but he took ice through the neutral zone because of his skating ability and his hockey IQ.
Saw the 111 playoff games, all but 4 with Detroit. Before last year, a 4-game sweep, round number 1 against Montreal by Tampa Bay. Tyler Johnson pinching down hard on him. Danny DeKeyser, you see the scrum. Out of the pileup. They grind it. Johnson attempting to move it, peppered by DeKeyser. The officials implore the boys to move the puck. They do. Schuster knocked down by Abdelkader. He stays on top of the puck. It will develop, trust me. Now it comes free. Hedman. Palat. Played out. Held in. Zetterberg. Indirect pass. Chipped by Quincy. Now Gus Nyquist. Good defense by Victor Hedman on him. Support though. Zetterberg, the captain. One-toucher. Quincy overskating. Abdelkader. A little bit too anxious on that one, Brick.
It looked like Abdelkader was expecting shot. He was driving the net, looking for a second chance, and all of a sudden, Quincy tried to make a pass to him.
Andre Schuster. Goes D to D. Nikita Nesterov through the middle. Over the line. Tampa Bay is offside.
Some more good rotation in the offensive zone by Detroit. They pride themselves on being a puck possession team, and when you have the skill that they have, they're going to get scoring chances. Just a little miscommunication. Abdelkader back in the lineup. Missed some games, and he wants to get to that blue paint. That's the name of his game. That's his bread and butter. He's thinking, I got to get there for a rebound chance, and that miscommunication between he and Quincy doesn't allow for a scoring chance.
Boy, he had a great year, huh, Brick? 23 goals. That's a career best for Justin Abdelkader, but he really delivers a power game.
Yeah, that's it. It's not so much the numbers, and the numbers are great. And if you ask every Detroit Red Wing what he means to this team, and they'll tell you, you know, he sets the tempo, and he brings it every night. And if we can follow that lead and play off him, we're going to have good nights.
Brendan Smith will send it all the way back in the Tampa Bay zone. This is icing. 11:37 left to go in period 1. Kraft is searching for America's most passionate hockey community. It's down to the Final 4. The winning community will host an NHL preseason game and win $150,000 in arena upgrades. Vote now. Help decide who will score the title of Kraft Hockeyville. Kraft Hockeyville for the love of hockey. $186 consecutive sellouts here at Joe Louis Arena. 24th year straight into the postseason. Strawman, trying to get at him was Joachim Anderson, now turning as Alex Killorn. Elevating the puck, knocked down by Jonathan Ericsson. Pavel Datsyuk cranks it up. Datsyuk hits the line, hands it off to Tatar. His shot tipped in! What a goal! Detroit is off and running.
Well, this is just classic give-and-go hockey. Pavel Datsyuk, as talented as he is, he understands how to attack and how to create. And by attacking at the offensive blue line, in the middle of the offensive zone, and then on the net drive, and even though he's in coverage with Strawman, that puck is going to change direction. The drive by Tatar, the entry into the offensive zone because of the speed through center ice. I can't tell if that reflects on the right leg of Datsuk or the stick of Strowman, but it certainly changes direction on Bishop. Bishop's lined up to take that square off the body, and all of a sudden the change of direction is going to beat him on the glove side.
Tough to see, Brick, but I think it is Pavel Datsuk. I think it went off his leg. If so, it will be his second goal of this series. Now, they took one away, the second goal that he scored in Game 1. Today, they gave the goal to Thomas Jurko. Back it goes. Braden Coburn tipped right on. Mrazek sees it leak through. Jonathan Eriksson now will settle it down, paired with Niklas Gronwall. Neutral ice, Henrik Zetterberg. Nemestikov is on him. He has it. And it is Pavel Datsuk who gets the goal. Gets the ball rolling for Detroit here in Game 3. Out of the corner, a steal. Nemestikov, Braden Coburn. Here it comes, wide of Mrazek. Laid free to Gustav Nyquist. He'll send it all the way back. No icing here. Coburn finished off hard by Abdelkader. Justin Abdelkader. Broken up. Controlled here by Vladdy Nemestikov, and they start again. Glendening takes a run at his man, Matt Carl. You see it come back. Good speed by DeKaiser. Better speed. Nikita Kucherov, who has the puck out in front. Tipped off the goalpost by Drew Miller. Oh, my. Along the boards now. Tyler Johnson interrupted and back out to neutral ice. Halfway through period 1. Nikita Kucherov for Tampa Bay. Hinging is Hedman. Tapped along by Johnson. Hedman gets it again. Victor Hedman. We have an injured Lightning in the neutral zone. It's Nikita Kucherov.
Yeah, he took a hit from Ferraro away from the play.
Through the middle off the stick of J.T. Brown. Look out. Brown defended by DeKaiser. He gets it back though. J.T. Brown with a shot patted down by Mrazek. Rebound, Courtois. Brendan Morrow. The veteran to the outside. One-timer Nesterov wide on a tip. A penalty upcoming. It goes against Detroit. We'll tell you about it when we come back. 9:25 left to go in the first. 1-0.
Mike, we can talk X's and O's all we want, but you were looking for a better skating game and a higher compete level. I know we're only about 11 minutes in. Where are you at?
Well, I think we're going better. I mean, it's at home. We started pretty good. We put some pressure on them. We had a good middle drive from Datsuk and a shot from Tatar, but we got to stay with it. It's a big deal for us right here. Confidence is earned. You got to play well.
You like the physical part of your game?
Well, we obviously, if you skate, you have a chance to be physical. If you don't skate, you have no chance.
Thanks, Mike.
Good pressure by Brian Boyle, Brick, and a holding penalty on Jonathan Eriksson setting up this power play.
Yeah, pretty good response by Tampa after going down 1-0 on the Datsuk goal. And now, as Mike Babcock just told you, this is a big penalty kill in terms of the big picture in this game tonight.
Sponsored by Miller Lite, this power play. Strawman, Filppula, inside Stamkos off the stick of Mrazek. This way it's Anton Strawman. Tampa Bay 2 for 4. In Game 2 of the power play after going 0 for 7 in Game 1. Filppula taken down by DeKaiser. To the point, Strawman. Point to point now. Victor Hedman looks it over. Strawman again. Hinging down was Hedman. Kyle Quincy gets to it. Held in nicely by Alex Killorn. Along the boards, Val Filppula. Filppula now dangling away from Drew Miller. Down deep, he gets it back from Killorn. Strawman at the line. Holding onto it, encumbering Filppula, played again by Killorn. He'll turn away from Drew Miller. Left along the boards, out of the corner, a chip by Filppula, broken up by Quincy. They kill time.
Yeah, some poor exchanges, John, between Strawman and Hedman, and then on the far side between Killorn and Strawman again. You got to have better execution in order to keep that pressure in the offensive zone.
Clean entry. This way it's Tyler Johnson. Muscled by Helm. Nesterov. Around the clock they go. Kucherov with a shot. Tipped wide. Brian Callahan digs it out. Callahan for Nikita Kucherov. One-timer. Faked by Nesterov. Johnson delays. Stopped by Mrazek. And a disturbance to the side of Peter Mrazek.
Well, it's Kucherov that took that big hit in the neutral zone by Ferraro. And you're starting to see a little bit of the hate that's developing in this series. You go back to the hit by Killorn in Game 2 on Datsuk. And now this little pump fake on the power play by Tyler Johnson. He's able to sell the shot. Smith tries to stay in the shooting lane, but he can't because of that little curl and drag by Johnson. A beautiful little push from left to right by Mrazek to get square. Not only get square, but to smother that shot, not allow that second chance opportunity.
Tampa Bay has 29 seconds left in the power play. You see the 23-year-old goaltender who was so good in game 1. 44 saves, first star. Mike Babcock quick to point out this morning it was not on him at all in the second game. He wanted to lift his team, give Jimmy Howard the opportunity in the third period. The Red Wings down 4-0. Rolls in on Ben Bishop. Waning portion of the power play. 7:45 left in period 1. John Forsland, Andy Brickley inside the glass here at the Cho. It deflects in the Tampa Bay bench.
Well, the little things that add up to quality penalty kill, and two of them just happened in the sequence, John. A face-off win in the defensive zone allows an easy clear for DeKeyser. And then on the rush up ice by Tampa, it's body position and stick position in order to deflect that puck out of play.
14 seconds left on the kill. DeKeyser and Quincy are back for Detroit. Glendening along with Drew Miller up front. Who's playing? Nemestikov. Holding on to it. Turning away from DeKeyser, who had a good defensive stick. And the Red Wings have killed it off. Bishop moves it quickly out of the box. Jonathan Ericsson got a stick to it. It's there for the taking and carried out by Henrik Zetterberg. Skate to stick. Nyquist defended by Braden Colburn. Off the boards and all the way back in the Detroit zone. Brendan Smith, a former first-round pick out of the University of Wisconsin. His first appearance in the Stanley Cup playoffs this season. He has 19 career games in the postseason. Nyquist, Zetterberg holding on to it. His shot deflects in on Bishop. He'll freeze.
Well, Detroit on top 1-0, and we're still trying to sort out who actually scores this goal. Tatar's going to let the drive go from out, 55 feet. It appears that it's going to get off the leg of Datsyuk, but it also might hit the stick of Stralman. Certainly changes direction. Watch the reaction by Ben Bishop. Totally surprised that it goes up over that glove hand. Whether it's Datsuk's goal or Tatar's goal, it's Detroit's goal, and they have the lead.
As you know, Brick, they will look at these things, and sometimes days afterward, we will figure it out. Like we pointed out in the goal scored by Thomas Yurko now, the second goal. 8 seconds into period 2 in game 1. Helm taken down, a penalty will follow. Right off the draw, Mrazek to the bench. Schuster gets possession, Detroit with a power play.
Stamkos is going to go for a trip right off the face-off. Again, puck possession by Detroit. Good skate work by Helm. He tries to jump out of that loose puck, get some quick separation. Stamkos gets his stick in there, and he's going to go. So after a quality penalty kill by Detroit at a critical point in the hockey game, even though it's still the first period, a chance to extend the lead with some more special teams play.
So as their captain sits, Steven Stamkos looks on with discouragement. It sets up the power play, and Justin Abdelkader will be the net front presence. The power play will be presented by Ford.
Yeah, and they'll try as best they can to work those low plays, John, particularly with Abdelkader. He's going to be back to the point. You know he's getting to the top of the paint for that shot.
Detroit was 0 for 4 in game 2 of their power play. Edmund now will clear it out. To the center of the ice. Gus Nyquist, a handoff to Riley Sheahan. He'll work it. Good reach that time by Victor Hedman on him. And early, Tampa Bay kills time. Brian Boyle has a shorthanded goal this series. Out early, now go to the bench. And they will get a shorthanded change. Now Zetterberg plays it along. He tackles Alex Killorn. He'll go. We'll get to 4-on-4.
Well, we'll get a look with our Maui Jim RoboCam at the penalty to Zetterberg. Killorn's getting a lot of attention here early in this hockey game. He's the one that made contact with Datsyuk in game 2 early in the game and picked up the physical play for Tampa. Already mentioned the open ice hit for Killorn, for Killorn and Helm. And now Zetterberg will go to the box for that freehand reach out, spin move. And it was an opportunity that was developing for Detroit coming into the zone. There was a little communication problem on the line change on the penalty killing unit. There was a lot of open ice in that offensive zone prior to the penalty.
So we get to 4-on-4 for a minute and 17 now. Drew Miller attempting to punch it out for Detroit. He sets up Kyle Quincy. Glendening had it, lost to the steal. It's Victor Hedman. At his side, Johnson. Tyler Johnson threads it across. Drew Miller, a good pass for Kyle Quincy. The saucer feed ahead, broken up by Hedman. Played here by Andre Schuster, scored his first playoff goal in Game 2. It deflects into the bench. We'll step aside. 5:35 left in the first. Stanley Cup playoffs presented by Geico. Let's take a look at the player profile. With insights from SAP, you're looking at Ryan Callahan, a former captain and now part of the leadership core here with Tampa Bay. Maybe, Brick, the bottom line, the 10 hits in the series, vitally important. That bite was really evident in the second game.
I think that graphic really tells you exactly what's going on with Ryan Callahan. Would he want a few more shots? Yeah, probably. But that's statistics. Those statistics tell you this guy's involved.
Detroit with a 1-0 lead on the goal scored by Pavel Datsyuk. Good play by Danny DeKeyser on Nikita Kucherov. DeKeyser deep in his own zone. A pinch by Braden Coburn. Loose along the boards and now back. Datsyuk in control. Steven Stamkos out of the box in 25 seconds. Then we will have an abbreviated power play for Tampa Bay. Darren Helm holding on to it. Thwarted a bit by Kucherov, but he does a good job to get it deep. Bishop directing traffic. He has to be careful. Killorn goes hard. Taken down by Helm. A backhander blocked. It goes high. Now in control, Alex Killorn.
What a powerful shift by Darren Helm. It started with the wall battle right down here in front of us. I think he surprised Coburn, John, and then a big hit with Killorn deep in the offensive zone after he won a puck battle in the center ice red line.
Stamkos broken up by Glendening. At the line, it's Hedman. The cross corner, slowing it down. Mrazek hammered by Jonathan Ericsson and back out. Victor Hedman. D-to-D for Anton Strawman. 10 seconds left in the power play. Over the line. Andre Palat broken up by Luke Glendening. Here's Jonathan Ericsson, lots of time and space. He'll wind it up. Zetterberg out of the box. Even terms on the ice. Late in period 1 of Game 3, where it counts. Detroit got 1-goal lead. Paquette. Schuster moving up. Andre Schuster in the zone. On his backhand, shut down by Peter Mrazek. And Schuster was given a rough ride by Kyle Quincy. Gustav Nyquist goes wide. Off the stick of Matt Carl, it goes astray. Punched along by Ryan Callahan. Good work on the forecheck by Nyquist. Schuster in tight quarters for Filppula, and out they come. Now Paquette. He'll gain entry. Pull up. Cedric Paquette moves it across. Brendan Smith for Detroit with a tight turn. He's checked by Ryan Callahan. Here's Justin Abdelkader, and he'll send it back. Game 4 of this series is Thursday night here. Crowd wanted to call on that breakout. It deflects into the Tampa Bay bench. We get a stoppage of play.
Yeah, I got to look at Darren Helm, and this is exactly what Mike Babcock's looking for, that compete level. You got to win that wall battle. You got to get to that loose puck. You got to fight your way across the red line. And even if you're a one-man forecheck, you can still be effective. Body contact on Killorn. You try to sneak a backhander on goal. And this is just all about effort and that will that has to be apparent at playoff time.
Mike Babcock told us this morning that this young man's nickname on the way up was Danger, because at times he was dangerous for both teams. But that has settled down. He's become a top 6 player now. An excellent player and just another product of how Detroit develops their players. He gets them to a high level, making sure that they're ready before it happens. Now Zhidlitsky lays it along, forked in by Thomas Yurko. Left there by Bishop. It's a loose play. Sheahan's on it, out in front. Good defensive sticks that time by Nikita Nesterov and Brian Boyle. Anton Strawman. 2:32 left in period 1. He'll shoot it in. Marek Zhidlitsky now in control. Swing it this way for Brendan Smith. Zhidlitsky. Glendening. In the neutral zone, greeted by Killorn. Ferraro separated from the puck. Killorn for Boyle. His shot swallowed by Peter Mrazek. Set the table tonight, currently airing on the USA Network. The Capitals and the Islanders in game number 4. A doubleheader here on NBCSN. From Chicago, the Predators and the Blackhawks later on USA at 10 Eastern Time, Vancouver and Calgary. Calgary leading that best of 7, 2-1. Every game, every night. .213 left in this first period. Steven Stamkos and Pavel Datsyuk. Draw won by Stamkos. Schuster sends it in. Ryan Callahan given a shove by Jonathan Ericsson. Nice level. You see the wings get it all the way back down. Bishop leaves it for Victor Hedman. Flushed out by Thomas Tatar. Along the wall, sails by Ryan Callahan. In on Mrazek. He handles it well. Back out to center. Hedman with his head up. And now Andre Schuster. 1:45 left in the first period. Shots are 6-5 and they favor Tampa Bay. Tatar finished off by Callahan. Darren Helm bottled up again by Callahan. A good job. Ryan Callahan in control. In the skates that time of the attacking forward. That being Andre Palat. Now it goes deep. Nick Kronwall for his partner Jonathan Ericsson. Datsyuk. Tampa Bay has numbers back. It deflects wide of Bishop. Good defensive play by Braden Coburn. Taking down Pavel Datsyuk. Tyler Johnson. Over the line they cross. Here's Andre Palat. A steal broken up by Kyle Quincy. He'll move it out. A foot race. Glendening's there. His shot. Caught off by Bishop. Moves it back in the goal. Strowman to the outside. Anton Strowman in control. 50 seconds left in the period. He'll thread it in. Mrazek from the trapezoid. This way it's Landon Ferraro. To the corner, Quincy. Danny DeKeyser misplays it. Filppula is there. Val Filppula broken up by Glendening. 35 seconds left in the period. Nestorov. Andre Schuster. Valtteri Filppula. Through center. Cedric Paquette. Play it to himself. Nyquist is there for Detroit. Just about 20 seconds left in the period. Henrik Zetterberg hands it off to Nyquist. Smart choice, dumping it out to neutral ice. Applicator on Schuster, and now Nemetstikov. Across with only 8 seconds left to steal. Brendan Smith walks in, shut down by Bishop.
Two pretty good opportunities for Detroit here in the last minute and a half. It started with Glendening with some straight line skating. Able to win a puck battle and a puck race. He got denied by Bishop, and then a steal by Brendan Smith. Back in the lineup tonight. Well positioned in the neutral zone. And you really catch a deep defense for Tampa. They have no chance to close that gap. All they can do is wait for Smith to close as close as he can to get a shot away. But he's able to get out. His Bishop use that big frame of his to take away much of that net. Not a whole lot to look at when he's out that far.
Rick, they put some time back up on the clock. 4.2 seconds. Sometimes just a second or a fraction can make a difference in a situation like this. Off the draw. Coburn takes it back. That'll do it. Detroit with a 1-0 lead after 20. Boys come together again. This is ongoing. We see it all over the league in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Stay tuned for the Lexus Intermission Report. Catherine Tappan, Mike Milbury, and Keith Jones as Pavel Datsyuk continues to dazzle here. And an update on the Washington Capitals and the New York Islanders. 1-0 Detroit. You're watching the Stanley Cup playoffs presented by Geico.
When you've been fighting for it all your life, you've been struggling to make it right. So superhuman, stay alive.
The Stanley Cup playoffs on NBC are brought to you by the Discover It card. It's a game changer. By Lexus and their pursuit of perfection. And by Beardathon. Grow one for the team. Presented by Just for Men. Sunset here in Motown. Game 3 continues. Detroit after 1 with a 1-0 lead. Before we get to the second period, inside the glass, here's Andy Brickler.
John, Detroit's really known as a skill team, puck possession type team, but in the playoffs, you got to have some kind of physicality, some kind of heaviness to your game, and it might not be as heavy as other teams, but Detroit will tell you when they play well, they play through a lot of body contact, and they use the body and take the body when it's there. We saw a lot of that in the first period. It was an area of the game that needed to be elevated the deeper you get in the postseason. Wasn't there enough in games 1 and 2? A lot better here in the first period in game 3.
Pavel Datsyuk has the game's only goal, set up by Thomas Tatar and Jonathan Ericsson at 8:46 of period 1. Icing right off the hop. We'll swing it back.
Well, we saw some real good examples of that in the first period. It's not in the neutral zone, body contact. You want to knock people off the puck. Killorn got stood up nicely by Darren Helm. Puck battles are in open ice or they're along the wall. They're in front of the net. Wherever they are, you need to win the majority of those battles. They call them 50-50s, and if you compete and play hard, it doesn't matter how big or how small you are. You can win your share of battles with good balance and determination.
Mick Cronwall whistling one wide of Ben Bishop. Face-off win by Luke Glendening. Glendening sees it go by him. Braden Coburn for Nikita Kucherov, who steers it all the way back through the center zone, and it's played here in Detroit ice. Jonathan Ericsson. Neutral zone broken up by Matt Carle. Carle got a stick to it. Glendening sneaks in. Good sweep check by Coburn. And a heavy hit on Glendening. Braden Coburn with a couple of good plays. Now back of the goal. Getting to it now. Andre Palat sealed off on the way out. Ryan Callahan gets an opportunity. Move it by Pavel Datsyuk. Good positioning by Detroit's Kyle Quincy. Bouncing one wide of Bishop. Helm goes to work in the forecheck. Matt Carle. Deep in his own zone. Held in by Detroit's Quincy. Stolen by Carle and back out. Danny DeKeyser. His partner Kyle Quincy. Through center in to top. His shot sails high. Loose along the wall off the glass support. Settled down by Pavel Datsyuk. He'll cut. Across it goes Shidlitsky. He turns off the goal post. A stinger by Marek Shidlitsky.
Yeah, a little spinorama. I'm not sure Bishop kicked that puck up until it was almost by him.
Now Nyquist. Coburn still out. Moves it up the wall. Paquette pressured by Justin Abdelkader. His first game of the playoffs after missing 6 late in the season and through the first 2 with an upper body injury. Now it's broken up. Carried out. Paquette lost his edge. He gets back up. Fans on a dump in. Rejected by Shidlitsky. Moved along by Gustav Nyquist. Bishop from the trapezoid. Just over 2 minutes gone in the second period of game 3. 1-0 Red Wings. Series tied at 1. Riley Sheahan for Justin Abdelkader. They move it in to the corner now. It rolls around. Top of your screen, it's held in by Detroit. Riley Sheahan riding a cycle. Taken down, getting back up. No call made here. Ericsson with a pinch. Support from Joachim Andersen. Still out there is Justin Abdelkader. He'll cut. Power move. Shut down. Good stick by Ben Bishop. The Lightning try to clear. Not out though. Held in by Andersen. Off the stick. It stays in play. Along the dasher. Knocked down. Moving down is Menchikov here for Tampa Bay as you see it. A steal. Shot taken wide by Cronwall. Quick hitter off the shoulder of Bishop. Side of the goal, that was Joachim Andersen. Andersen goes deep. Great start to the second period by Detroit. Listen to this crowd. Braden Coburn off the glove hand of Nicholas Cronwall. Off the support again, and Bishop says, slow it down. Let's get a face-off.
Well, back-to-back, maybe even 3 in a row in terms of quality shifts by Detroit. We go back to the first period as we take a look at that spinorama on the drive through Paquette by Shidlitsky. And that catches the iron on the blocker side. A good look at it from behind. You can see the reaction by Bishop. He's just trying to make a positional stop, and it rings the crossbar. Little chip play by Andersen from the side of the net. It was a nice pinch down the wall by Ericsson, a rotation where Andersen went out deep. Little stop and go move below the goal line by Abdelkader. A chance for Cronwall in the high slot as he moved in from that left point. So a lot of good things going on with Detroit in the offensive zone. When they had to go in the first period, John, there was a lot of that. Quick up to the neutral zone and an offensive zone time with good rotation.
And a test now for Tampa Bay to see how they handle all of this. Shidlitsky. Just about 4 minutes gone in the second period. Brendan Smith at the line. Datsuk broken up. Andre Schuster looking for Brendan Morrow. Put along the wall by Shidlitsky. Boyle glancing off a body blocked by Brendan Smith. And a foot race. Hedman's back. Darren Helm on the attack. Helm pulls up. Sets up Datsuk. A backhander kicked out with a purpose by Bishop. Steered along with his stick. Inside it goes. Tatar back of the goal. Darren Helm. Schuster with a long reach. Boyle in support. Along the boards now. Ryan Boyle digs it out. Back out to dead center. This is J.T. Brown. Moving up on Nicholas Kronwall. Brown going down. Eriksson, a stretch pass intended for Glendening. Bishop plays it. Steered along by Nestorov. This is Andre Palat. The trailer, Tyler Johnson, give and go. Palat down low. Flushed out by Eriksson, taken down. Play continues to the point. Strollman walking the line. Nikita Nestorov holding. Shooting one denied by Peter Mrazek. And a penalty called here. Let's go to the studio. Here's Catherine.
This game break takes us to Nassau Coliseum. The Caps looking to even up their series with the Islanders, and it's Alex Ovechkin getting his second of the playoffs. It's the first time the Caps have scored first in the series. John?
Thank you, Catherine. We take a look at the bracket in the East. Montreal has a chance to close out tomorrow night in Ottawa. This one tied at 1. Washington trailing that series at the hands of the New York Islanders, and the Rangers with a grinding win. Quality win last night, Game 3 in Pittsburgh, and tomorrow night they'll do it again. As we take a look at the penalty brick right here.
Yeah, left side of your screen, away from the puck. Glendening, little short cross check, interference, however you want to describe it, on Tyler Johnson, right in front of the official. Foul play, Tampa.
Tampa Bay gets their second power play tonight. Third, and an abbreviated one. Now Hedman holding on to it. Victor Hedman centers one off Mrazek, and a stop again, blocked at the defense that time by Nicholas Kronwall. Strollman straight away, plays it along to Killorn, down deep, dangling Filppula. Strollman, no shooting lane, taken away by Joachim Andersen. Filppula inside again, Killorn guarded by DeKaiser. Back for Strollman. Here's Hedman. His shot off the goalpost. Near side of Mrazek. And the pass is an errant one as it pops out.
Good puck movement on the overload side. And while that was happening, that allowed Hedman to creep in. He got to the top of the circle, almost down to the dot, and he ripped one off the post.
Strollman moving it by the D. Look out. As Mrazek lost his edge. Cleaned up by Kyle Quincy. He'll hammer one. Sealed off by Tyler Johnson. DeKaiser. Hard along the boards, all the way back down. The whistle will stop play. The puck was sent out of play, and we'll see what they do here, Brick.
Yeah, they look like they're calling another penalty here on Detroit. DeKaiser. We'll see if the officials get together and have a discussion about whether this was actually a penalty or not. But right now, they get DeKaiser going to the box for delay of the game, I believe.
So delay of game on Danny DeKaiser. And the Detroit native will sit. Mike Babcock's team now where we're down 2 men. And Brick will see it again.
Now, from certainly the first angle, you can see the reaction by Stamkos. He's making the call for the officials. He probably had the best view right on top of it. That puck on edge on DeKaiser, and he drifted it up high. It wasn't on the bench where you get the benefit of the call. This one was over the glass from down deep in their own zone. 5-on-3 for Tampa.
And the 5-on-3 for 56 seconds off the draw. Settle down. Stamkos looking for his first goal in the series. Nikita Kucherov advancing. He'll circle. Set up Stamkos this way. Johnson off the crossbar. And it deflects out of play.
Well executed play by Tampa. They get exactly what they want. A gifted goal scorer for a one-timer inside the dot with a lot of net. Good motion in the offensive zone. Execution, perfect plays. And that one-timer by Johnson. Under the feed from Stamkos. There's a lot of net there. Mrazek doing what he can to get left to right. But there's a lot of net there. But that puck took off on Johnson and catches the bar.
41 seconds left in the two-man advantage. Johnson, Palat, Kucherov, Hedman, and Stamkos are out for John Cooper. It ricochets off Joachim Andersen. A good break here for Detroit as they wind it down. A half-minute left in the 5-on-3, brought along by Victor Hedman. Joachim in the zone, swing it across. This is Tyler Johnson. Hedman up top. Stamkos thinks about it. Johnson down deep. Getting it back now from Palat as they play catch out in front. Stamkos again. Defended beautifully by Drew Miller, and then Steven Stamkos lost the handle. Glendening is back in 3 seconds. Andre Palat. Across now for Stamkos. His shot stopped by Mrazek. Nikita Kucherov leaves it there. Kronwall is hard pressed. Play comes to a halt. Problem with the mask of Peter Mrazek.
Well, because it's a second period, John, it's real difficult. If you turn that puck right up, even after a clear by Detroit, you just can't get your penalty killers off the ice in this 5-on-3 situation. The Red Wings survive the first portion of it. Able to do a good job in the defensive zone, even though the crossbar shot by Johnson was really the only attempt. They even tried to use that play below the goal line with the two forwards behind the net playing catch in order to force Mrazek to not be exactly sure what was happening out in front of him to try to set up Stamkos or a quick play to the opposite side of the ice for a one-timer.
50 seconds, conventional 5-on-4. Filppula sends it back to Anton Stralman. Now Filppula with a shot. Mrazek got a piece of it. Loose him back at the goal. Eriksson held in by Stralman. In deep, Ryan Callahan. Flush to the outside. Support from Filppula. Top of your screen, Nikita Nesterov. 30 seconds left in the power play. And the Wings get it back out. Stralman, a good play. Otherwise, Helm was long gone. It's sent all the way back in. Icing against Tampa Bay. The crowd loves it.
It's a phenomenal job to this point by Detroit killing the penalty, and they nearly get a 2-on-1 in the neutral zone. Stralman's taking a chance trying to play this puck, and because he's south of the red line, you can see that this is an icing. But a good effort, that high lob from defensively, deep in your own zone can be highly effective. 5-on-5 or 5-on-4. That's a heads-up play by Eriksson in Detroit as they continue to kill this penalty.
Anton Stralman now, quarterback out. 9 seconds left in it as we see. Filppula at the line. Numbers back for the Red Wings. Good play. Angled off the boards by Drew Miller. That'll do it. The Kaiser's out. Nikita Nesterov steams in. Taken down by Brendan Smith. He gets back up. All the way back now by Brown. Held in. Shot by Coburn. Deflects wide. Brendan Morrow, the veteran, out of the corner. To the point, Braden Coburn. He'll swing it across. Matt Carl. Wristing one off the stick of Nyquist. Brendan Smith. Skate to stick, abducator, and away they go. Zetterberg. Back heat from Boyle. Zetterberg's in. Hit hard by Coburn as the Lightning get it out. It deflects. Will step aside. 11:30 left in the second. Stanley Cup playoffs presented by Geico. Thank you, Catherine. Here at Joe Louis Arena, 11:30 left in the second period. A first period goal from Pavel Datsyuk standing up, and Brick, a great kill by Detroit in that last sequence.
Yeah, now they have to follow it up with some quality play 5-on-5. They had it going early in this period, John. That 5-on-5 dominance, offensive zone time, some scoring chances, and then the penalty. So it's now important that they get back what they had going earlier in period 2.
Andre Palat stood up by Danny DeKeyser. Braden Coburn paired on defense with Matt Carl, who has the puck. This is Nikita Kucherov, chipped along by Tyler Johnson for Andre Palat. Nice back check from Henrik Zetterberg. DeKeyser by Nyquist. A pinch by Coburn. Johnson out in front, off sticks wide. It went off Quincy. Allowed off the back of the cage. Played here by Braden Coburn. Danny DeKeyser bending on a dump out. Held in by Andre Palat. Zetterberg in control. Henrik Zetterberg plays it back out. We approach the halfway mark in Game 3. Series tied at 1. Game 4 Thursday night here at Joe Louis Arena. Paveldatsu, Tatar give back. With his head up to Kaiser. Moved along by Darren Helm. Bishop out of the net, misplayed it. Hedman now this way for Killorn. Will advance it back out to center. Detroit now reorganizing. Jonathan Ericsson for Paveldatsu. Given a jolt from Hedman in on Bishop. He'll move it. Victor Hedman moves it along. Top of your screen. There's Ryan Callahan. Finished off by Kronwall. Ericsson turning stick up to Tatar. Paveldatsu in full flight. Shot taken just wide. Helm holds it in. Schuster denies. It kicks around Andre Schuster to an open wing. Hedman pressured and given a shove by Darren Helm. Here's Alex Killorn. Through center on the attack. Callahan. Val Filppula. Joachim Andersen is on him. Filppula displays his strength. Back to the point. Nesterov tip. Wide. Stralman flashing. Mrazek taken down. No call. Nesterov dangling. Killorn holding. Shooting one. Patted down by Mrazek. In the slot. Sheahan tries to clear that out. Anton Stralman goes to work. Sheahan recovers. In deep though. Kronwall without the helmet. Paquette takes a hit to make a play. But it's a steal and it's broken up by Thomas Jurko. He'll get to it ahead of Nesterov. He throws on the brakes. Joachim Andersen for the Red Wings. Defended by Val Filppula. Stralman in tight quarters along the boards. Nate Jockey for it. Out of the top of your screen, Brendan Smith. Playing along. Paquette taken down. A collision with Brendan Smith. Away go Tampa Bay. Hooked a bit was Filppula. A steal by Shidlitsky. Zetterberg's in. He'll pull up across for Nyquist. What a play! J.T. Brown on the back check. The net off the pegs. Will step aside. Great action here in Detroit. How about this chance from Anton Stralman?
John, one of the things you wanted in Game 2 was that second and third opportunities. You get enough of that tonight?
I think we're getting a little more here in the second period. It's unfortunate we didn't capitalize on the 5-on-3. We had a good look at the crossbar. But as this game's going on, I think we're getting better. They're feeding off their crowd. Their gaps are pretty good, but we're slowly pushing them back. We're going to continue that.
Thanks, John.
All right, thank you.
Braden Colburn in the box for interference. We'll take a look at it right here. Detroit on the attack. There's the play on Justin Applicator. He'll go. That forced the net off the pegs. And Detroit will get their second power play. 8:35 left in the second period. Shidlitsky. One-timer. Tatar. Good save. Bishop. Datsyuk get back. Shidlitsky. Tatar again. Off bodies. Blocked by Victor Hedman. He'll sail it out. Detroit is getting their first shot. An initial bid on Bishop with the power play. Jurko in control. Datsyuk sends it back. Shidlitsky. Here it comes. Swallowed by Ben Bishop.
And Darren Helm just couldn't get to the front of the net on that drive by Shidlitsky. Shidlitsky tried to delay. Had his head up. Took a good look with his eyes. He was trying to wait for a little traffic to get in front of Ben Bishop. Just couldn't get there in time. Sometimes when you have to spread out your offense in order to get puck possession, in order to outnumber the penalty killers, you don't have enough time to get back to the front of the net. And that's where your D want to have the patience. Good shot blocked by Hedman. Shidlitsky with a pump fake to set up his partner for the one-timer, but good patience and the ability to stand in the shooting zone by Victor Hedman.
Kronwall playing catch with Nyquist and now Zetterberg. This is Nyquist. Nicholas Kronwall. Henrik Zetterberg out of the corner. Sheahan broken up. Good speed. Killorn, can he get there? He's tugged. He's in anyway. He delays. Shut down Mrazek. Cleaned up. It goes in after the fact. What a job by Alex Killorn.
And not enough there for the penalty shot. This is going to be a minor penalty. Little miscommunication in the offensive zone where Detroit had two players basically going to the same area of the ice. It was Sheahan and Kronwall. Now Kronwall's on the wrong side. He's trying what he can to prevent a scoring chance. The stick work from behind, but not behind enough, and not enough separation for the penalty shot call. Killorn with a real good effort, but enough there for the minor penalty to be called. Mrazek still had to make a pretty good stop.
Boy, did he ever. Great save by Peter Mrazek as Nicholas Kronwall, the great leader on defense for the Red Wings, will sit. John Cooper will see a 4-on-4 scenario. Then it will be a 52-second power play for his team when Coburn's allowed out.
And this is an important sequence right now. The Detroit Red Wings had their home crowd so into this hockey game early in the period with their dominance in the offensive zone. And then the anxious moments because of the 5-on-3, and then the crowd again backing their team. Mike Babcock talked about it this morning, saying you got to play well to have the crowd make a difference.
That's right.
And now this sequence where you get the power play and maybe a chance to extend the lead. We had a whole bunch of posts, and then you take a penalty like that. So this is an important part of the hockey game right here.
To Kaiser. The direct pass broken up. Left there. To Kaiser. Leads them out. Darren Helm in the off wing. He'll pull up. Take it to the slot. Quincy hammers one off the blocker of Bishop. Carl tries to clear that out. This is Danny DeKaiser. Kyle Quincy. Datsuk turned out by Bishop. The net off the pegs again.
Well, they wanted to let this play continue. But the minute Detroit was able to knock this puck out of the neutral zone, they were going to play blow the play dead. You can clearly see why. 4-on-4 action. Datsuk with that body position in order to get puck possession and then get a quick little backhander away. Backhanders are pretty unpredictable at times. You think back to game 1, little spin move by Glendening on the backhand. That found a hole on Ben Bishop. Datsuk tries the same type of shot in a different situation. And then the contact, the one-on-one coverage away from the puck, knocking the net off its mooring.
Braden Coburn's out in 33 seconds. Off the face-off, it comes back. Brendan Smith. Dustin Abdelkader. A self-pass out in front, though, for Zetterberg out of the corner. Andre Schuster is on him. Stopping and starting Zetterberg. Detroit's captain goes to work. He'll do it again. Flushed out by Schuster. He'll stay with it. Abdelkader is lurking. In the corner now. Braden Coburn out in 9 seconds. This is Alex Killorn for Andre Schuster, and Killorn gets it back. Hedman moving up. Victor Hedman at the line. Inside, Glendening for the Wings. Moves it all the way back down. Power play ensues for Tampa Bay. 40 seconds left in it. Tampa Bay is 0 for 4 tonight with 5 shots for power play. A couple of abbreviated opportunities, though. Tyler Johnson stood up by DeKaiser. It's dumped all the way back down. Kronwall is out in 25 seconds. Just about 14 minutes gone in the second period of Game 3. The series tied at 1. Nikita Kucherov cuts. Good play by Kyle Quincy. Along the boards to the point. Nesterov a pinch. Here's the result of that. Sheahan dangling. Right in, good reach, Bishop. And Nikita Nesterov is in control. He'll wind it up. Kronwall is back on the ice. Nikita Kucherov for Tampa Bay. Moves it across, looking for Ryan Callahan. He'll send it in. Camped out is Kucherov. To the slot, rejected. Good play by Kronwall, punching it all the way back down.
Well, Sheahan recognized he had Tyler Johnson playing D on that one-on-one, so he was going to try him.
Pavel Datsuk scales it in. He took a hit from Callahan. Bishop. Callahan pressured by Datsuk. Boyle out of the reach of Brendan Morrow. Shidlitsky for Detroit. Now Darren Helm. Over the line, Thomas Tatar. Moving up on Callahan. He'll circle the wagons. Hold on to it. Tatar cranks it up. He's flying. His shot blocked in front. Callahan does his best on Pavel Datsuk. Tatar again wide. Shidlitsky, it's his turn. He has control. Interrupted, broken up here by Matt Carl. Morrow hands it off to Brian Boyle. Brendan Morrow gets it back. He fans on it. He's defended by Brendan Smith, and now Pavel Datsuk. At the line, Tatar run into by Coburn.
Well, because of Tatar's skating ability, John, he's able to take that long route in the offensive zone, create opportunities for himself, and then he gets lost in coverage. Tampa didn't know where to pick him up. He was just in that unorthodox rotation way out high by the blue line. They found him for another one-timer.
Vladimir Nemstikov over the line. Numbers back for Detroit. He's taken down. Zetterberg To the corner, Jonathan Ericsson. Gustav Nyquist, not out. They turn it over. Paquette, what a stop by Mrazek. Paquette again, crushed by Kronwall. Ericsson going down, Filppula in front of him. Abdelkader springs Zetterberg, 2-on-2 with Nyquist. Here's Gustav Nyquist. Good stick check that time by Nikita Nestorov, and it comes all the way back in. Bishop moves it, Abdelkader, a steal. De Keyser, a shot looking for a tip, it glances off Bishop. Now Quincy, Nestorov leaves it to the corner. De Keyser, a good play, forcing the issue. Here's Glendening. Skates the stick, Danny De Keyser. It deflects, it stays in play. Nyquist, Glendening, sending it back now. De Keyser again. Quincy, a one-timer stop by Bishop. The rebound is cleaned up. Nemenstikov dances away. Quincy closes the gap, gives him a shove, but he got it deep. On the change, this is Landon Ferraro, shouldered by Hedman. Kucherov. Stralman, a long pass. Palat is camped out. Ericsson sets up Landon Ferraro, pressured by Hedman on the spot.
Nice tandem work on D in the neutral zone, John. Quincy and De Keyser back together again. You saw De Keyser try to use his skating ability and force the play in the neutral zone. Quincy comes across, big body contact.
2:43 left in the second period. You're watching the Stanley Cup playoffs, presented by Geico. We want to see the Stanley Cup playoffs from your perspective, whether you're at the game, at the bar, or at home. Share your experience with the hashtag MyPlayoffsMoment. John Forsland, Andy Brickley is inside the glass here at Story Joe Louis Arena. Game 3 of this series. The series tied at 1 apiece. Pavel Datsyuk has the only goal. Scored in period 1. Stralman. Inside, Stamkos rejected by Mrazek. No further play.
Well, that's a nice set play here by Tampa. Callahan's going to take the draw, but this play is designed to go low to the board side. Kalona lines up on the inside hash. He goes to the board side, and then a rotation allows Stamkos to drift into that slot area, and he finds that open seam. Good execution, but it all depends on winning that faceoff.
2:37 left in the second period. Off the draw. Ericsson. Before checking, Ryan Callahan leaves it there. Datsyuk got to it. Callahan tried to move it. Detroit nullifies it. Tatar looking for Helm, a bouncing puck. It's a delayed offside against the Wings. They tag up. Hedman back out. They're looking at Steven Stamkos. 43 goals in the regular season, the 4th time. Reaching the 40-goal plateau. Back of the goal, steal. Callahan, one-timer. Hedman blocked in front. It's loose. Moved along by Anton Stralman. Pavel Datsyuk scoops it out to center. Hedman shortening up on his stick. Darren Helm now sidesteps a hit. He gets it deep. 1:45 left in the second period. Anton Stralman has 10 hits in the series coming into this game. De Keyser. Stralman again. Through center. On the attack. Good play by Glendening. And De Keyser on him. Matt Carl sweeps across ahead of Drew Miller. In full flight, Andre Palat. He moves in. He'll go wide. He centers one between the wickets of Tyler Johnson. Played here by Carl. Palat with a shot. Good block by Quincy. Nikita Kucherov cut it off. To the point, Braden Coburn. Off the stick, blocked by Glendening. Now Tyler Johnson. Kucherov. Coburn. And a shot taken off Palat. Held in by Johnson. Tyler Johnson defended by Danny De Keyser. 50 seconds left in the period. It goes off a broken stick. It deflects all the way down, and Bishop will await in the trapezoid.
Good patience by Quincy defensively. Didn't chase the puck, held his ground, and when they try to set up Palat for that one-timer, he's in a perfect position to make a shot block.
Transitioning now, Tampa Bay. J.T. Brown taken out by Brendan Smith. Justin Abdelkader reverses for Smith. Filppula's on him. It kicks out to the center zone. Nyquist moves in. Drop pass. Zetterberg caught by Bishop.
Andre Palat's been a little quiet tonight, but he's going to take this pass from Matt Carl from wing to wing, and now he's got speed. A little change of speed move, and he just misses, finds Tyler Johnson on the opposite side of the net. A little forward, deflected off the side of the apron of the net just a little bit to throw off the pass intended for Johnson because he had an open side. Pretty explosive move by Palat, and an almost opportunity for Tampa.
15.8 seconds left in the second period. Henrik Zetterberg will take the face-off. Valtteri Filppula will do it for Tampa Bay. Visitor down first. Here we go. Off the draw, one back by Filppula. Played here by Victor Hedman. Off the glass, 10 seconds left in the period. Zetterberg in control for Detroit. He'll send it in. Around the boards this way for Victor Hedman. Hedman moves it back. Schuster pays a price. Hit by Abdelkader. The horn goes. 2 in the books in game 3. And Detroit has the 1-goal lead. Stay tuned for the Discover Card intermission report. Catherine, Mike, and Jonesy will take a look at the Islanders, and they have evened it up at Nassau Coliseum. Roman Josi, a starring role for the Nashville Predators. Excellent hockey game at Joe Louis Arena. 1-0 Detroit, Stanley Cup playoffs, presented by Geico. The Stanley Cup playoffs on NBC are brought to you by Maui Jim Sunglasses. Color, clarity, detail. And by Honda, official vehicle of the National Hockey League. And by M&M's. Can't resist M. The Stanley Cup playoffs presented by Geico continue. Beautiful look at downtown Detroit on the banks of the Detroit River. John Forsland, Andy Brickley back with you here at Joe Louis Arena. And Brick, the penalty killing for the Red Wings has really come up large in this third game.
Well, 1-0 game, so yeah, special teams take on a huge meaning, particularly penalty killing if there's not going to be a ton of goals. You think about the sequence of the second period, the 5-on-3 for the best offensive team in the National Hockey League during the regular season. You got to have structure, you got to have body position, and you got to have will, and you got to compete, and you got to have patience. And Detroit showed all of that in that 5-on-3. Anderson with a good battle right off a face-off, held their ground in order to stay in the shooting position, especially when Stamkos had the puck. And you got to get a little luck too. The one-timer by Johnson catches the crossbar.
We've had numerous goalposts here tonight, crossbars on both sides. Series tied at a game apiece. Detroit winning game number 1, 3-2. Saturday afternoon in Tampa. Tampa Bay responded with a 5-1 win. Setting the stage for this one. Third period. Matt Carl. We get past Peter Mrazek, who's been outstanding. Both goaltenders have played extremely well tonight. Shedlitsky. Henrik Zetterberg now for the wings. Over the line. Moves it across. Matt Carl tries to spring Tyler Johnson. Golfed ahead by Kronwall. Everybody comes together along the boards, and Gustav Nyquist has the puck. Now Jonathan Ericsson. Through neutral ice, off the stick, off Tyler Johnson. It goes high. Controlled by Tampa Bay's Andre Palat. Nikita Kucherov moves in. Defended by Danny DeKeyser. This is Drew Miller with a quick up for Luke Glendening. Out in front, out of the reach of Landon Ferraro. Nikita Nesterov behind Anton Strowman. He'll get control and set it up again. Tampa Bay hinges ahead. J.T. Brown wipes it past Mrazek. Forcing the play is Nikita Nesterov. See it from ice level. Glendening off Morrow. Brown to the outside. Boyle at the point. A miss hit. It goes wide. Getting to it is Danny DeKeyser. Sidestepping a hit. Thrown at him by J.T. Brown, and you see it come back.
And bringing your stick in the act of shooting in the offensive zone is going to be one of the most frustrating aspects for a hockey player.
Early in this third period, Anton Strowman, the only goal tonight, Pavel Datsyuk scored at 8:46 of period 1. The second goal of the series. As the puck deflects out of play, we talked about the goalpost. Brick, here we go.
Yeah, they've been a never tonight. When you think it's a 1-0 game, these take on even greater meaning. A quick feed through the slot area. That's deflected off Miller's stick. The spinorama by Zidlinski. The 5-on-3 chance for Tyler Johnson. The one that hits the side of the net and just misses Johnson right through the skate. So a number of close calls, a number of posts and crossbars. And it's a one-goal game, John.
Cornwall paired on defense with Jonathan Ericsson. Aaron Helm sends it back. No icing here. Good look at Victor Hedman. Steven Stamkos broken up by Cornwall. Schuster now settles it down for Hedman and gets it back. Andre Schuster. Broken up by Detroit's Thomas Tatar. Eriksson swings it out. Now Datsu. Over the line with Helm and Tatar. He'll move it in. Darren Helm backhand dish Tatar. Interrupted by Ryan Callahan. Here they come. Nemestikov is in. Cutting, but it's played well by Zidlinski. And Callahan and Brendan Smith are going at it well off the puck. Andre Schuster on the attack. Collared by Tatar. Tampa Bay will get a power play. Filppula. Dead slot negated by Tatar early in this third period. The situation here develops for Thomas Tatar.
Yeah, going to go for a hold. Tatar's going to go to the box. Schuster with that little stop and go move deep in the offensive zone. The free hand wrap around. They're going to make that call 100% of the time. Power play for Tampa here, trailing in this game 1-0. They had that 5-on-3 in the second period. We'll show you the highlights of the quality penalty kill by Detroit. They're going to need another one here if they're going to hang on to the lead.
John Cooper's team is 0 for 5 with a power play. 5 of their 15 shots with it. Shots are only 15-14, favoring Tampa Bay as we start this third period. Joachim Andersen on the draw for Detroit. Getting low, as you see, is Tyler Johnson. Won by Tampa Bay. Nesterov. Curling is Johnson. Inside, Andre Palat. Palat holding on to it now. He'll stretch it out. Tyler Johnson off the stick of Mrazek. Out to center.
Good stick by Mrazek. Can't just stand in your net and hope your defenseman's going to make a play. If you have stick position, that's good defense.
Tyler Johnson. Nikita Nesterov, who has the puck. Andre Palat. Ryan Callahan and Nikita Kucherov. That's the unit here for the Lightning. Nesterov moving up. Taken down. Callahan dancing. Thwarted. Drew Miller and Darren Helm. Helm has the puck. He'll punch it ahead. Ben Bishop ahead of the icing line. Here's Tyler Johnson. That much time left in the power play. Nikita Nesterov. The rookie moves in. A sweep check at the line by DeKaiser. It goes deep anyway. Killorn, top of your screen. Alex Killorn turns it back to the point. Walking the line is Valtteri Filppula. Alex Killorn again. Joachim Andersen guarding him. Filppula with a tight turn. Nesterov breaking a stick at 2. Killorn right on. Good stop. Mrazek. Darren Helm has the puck. He'll move it out. 4 minutes gone in this third period. Final push in the power play for Tampa Bay. Filppula with Killorn now. Stamkos awaiting that pass. Swings it across. Killorn out in front. Just by Filppula. He was tied up. Out of the reach of Strowman. And the Wings kill more time.
And some breaks going Detroit's way right now. The 2 broken sticks on slap shot attempts already in this period. One coming on that power play chance.
Center zone, it's Alex Killorn. Filppula moves up. Miller's on him. Glendening now on Filppula. 3 seconds left on Detroit's kill. Tatar's out. Thomas Tatar gets control. No friends for now to pass to. He does it himself. He hands it off to Brendan Smith. Unattainable for Justin Abdelkader. Tampa Bay survives. Here they come. Killorn looks for Brown. Broken up by Zidlinski. Henrik Zetterberg wheels it back for Brendan Smith. Reinserted in the lineup tonight by Detroit coach Mike Babcock after being a healthy scratch in the first 2. Taken down, looking for the call. He'll get it. Nyquist was taken down by Braden Colburn. Detroit back to the power play.
Well, Nyquist is able to pull this puck off the wall and try to step into the middle. Colburn's in a forward-moving position. That's always a disadvantage for a defenseman. Sticking the skates of Nyquist, down he goes. Opportunities. It appears Callahan's going to be able to maybe walk in. He's got some help with Palat. Good layers defensively. Helm there at the last second. Killorn tries a short angle, bad angle shot. And then when Killorn's able to walk in, takes a nice pass from Steven Stamkos. He tries to make a play back to that weak side. They don't connect, so some of the breaks again going Detroit's way. Stamkos trying to get a puck back to Stralman at the point. They missed and went out to the neutral zone. So a power play opportunity, not productive enough for Tampa.
Third power play for Detroit. Tripping call on Braden Colbert. Tatar. Now Shedlitsky. A backhand dish. It's Pavel Datsyuk. Shedlitsky gets it back. In the ring, Tatar. Shedlitsky up top. Brian Boyle looking at him. A loose puck. Schuster's on it. The Lightning kill time early. Shedlitsky along with Thomas Jurko, Pavel Datsyuk, Thomas Tatar, and Darren Helm. Datsyuk moves in. He'll take it to the outside. Matt Carl's on him. Datsyuk double team. Tatar this way, looking for Thomas Jurko. He'll keep it there. Pouncing on it, Andre Schuster, all the way down to Peter Mrazek.
Yeah, some unforced turnovers by Detroit here with the man advantage. It started with Zidlicki out high. Tatar rotated out high to make it a flat pass, and he went with a diagonal down with a dot. It was just a handover to the Lightning.
Critical stage in this game 3. Series tied at 1. Nyquist moves in. Detroit's offside.
You don't want to shoot yourself in the foot when it comes to power play opportunities in a 1-0 game, and you got to stay on side in these situations. And even with a guy like Nyquist with the great puck carrying skills, you got to delay just enough to stay on side. Otherwise, you're killing your own power play opportunity.
53 seconds left in it. Zetterberg attempting to win it back. Killorn gets back up, moves it in, broken up. Nyquist. Defended by Stralman on the way through. Now Hedman moves it along the boards alertly. A lead pass looking for Filppula, broken up by Kronwall. Henrik Zetterberg on Alex Killorn. Now he's in. 33 seconds left in the power play. Abdelkader Sheahan scores! Riley Sheahan with a power play goal.
After a nice play by Hedman deep in his own zone, he uses his partner to kill this penalty. Stralman thinks he has a chance to Filppula up ice, but it's read well by Kronwall. And now the counterattack with speed, and they overcommit to Zetterberg. You got two Tampa Bay penalty killers committing to the puck. Hedman's already there. Here comes Killorn. Someone's going to be open, and that's a well-executed play. Abdelkader coming late, short little pass. And then Sheahan's got an open spot on the opposite side of the net. All he's going to do is handle the pass and pull it back against the grain for a layup on the backhand.
They come together off the draws. The tempers flare. 13-11 left to go in regulation time. And a critical stage is capitalized by Detroit on the power play. With Justin Abdelkader playing his first game. Coming back from injury tonight, he puts it right on the tape. And it's young Riley Sheahan who gets the goal. And Detroit has a 2-0 lead in Game 3. Welcome back to the Stanley Cup playoffs presented by Geico inside Detroit's Joe Louis Arena, game number 3. The Red Wings have a 2-0 lead. Riley Sheahan, his first career playoff goal, comes at a great time. Set up by Justin Abdelkader and Henrik Zetterberg at 6:42. John Forsland, Andy Brickley inside the glass. Game 4 is here on Thursday night. Ben Bishop moving it along the boards. Out of that scrum, Braden Colburn takes it back in his own zone. Andre Palat takes a hit, plays it along the glass. Here's Nikita Kucherov. His shot, fended off by Mrazek. Carl fans on a pass, broken up by Drew Miller. Nikita Kucherov one more time. To the open corner. Moved along by Palat, by DeKaiser. Palat, right up the middle, nobody home. It comes all the way down to Ben Bishop.
This is where Tampa now, John, needs to get some second and third opportunities. Had a chance to talk with John Cooper during that second period, saying, are you getting enough of those? They need more of those opportunities. The rebounds are there.
Maybe a chance will develop here. Ryan Callahan settles it down. He fans on it. Detroit player taken down. It was Nicholas Kronwall, and a penalty results. Tampa Bay, a man short. Steven Stamkos.
Patience and discipline is what Tampa needs. Not only the second and third opportunities, but patience and discipline. You know, even though Detroit had some problems with their last power play, with 30 seconds to go with the man advantage, they score a power play goal by Riley Sheahan. And now you're going to give them another opportunity because of the stick work against Kronwall by Stamkos.
Stamkos had 8 shots in Game 1, had 2 assists in Game 2, and tonight it's been frustrating. Done a good job on him. And now Detroit gets their 4th power play. 3 shots, making good on the last one from Riley Sheahan. Now Nick Kronwall. Henrik Zetterberg along the boards. Inside, Abdelkader shut down. The panel down for Ben Bishop. Now Zetterberg again. Kronwall at the line. Nyquist will set it up. This way, Zetterberg. They'll go wide. Paquette is on him. He centers one just Nyquist. Boyle, shorthanded. Barrels in on Mrazek. He comes up big. Peter Mrazek on Brian Boyle. Now Paquette and Abdelkader along the near boards.
That's not patience and discipline if you're the Tampa Bay Lightning. After Kronwall took a chance to try to keep this play up in the offensive zone, it led to the breakaway for Brian Boyle. And then as Paquette makes a pass by the Detroit goal, a little bit of contact with Mrazek. We get a look at the Boyle chance. Not sure he put that puck exactly where he wanted to or intended to, but Mrazek comes up with a huge save. And as the sequence continues, that little stick work, low left pad against Mrazek knocks him down, and there's your response. A guy in the lineup tonight that gives you that kind of game. Abdelkader on Paquette.
They wanted impact from big number 8, and he's delivered. Paquette in the box as he took out the legs of Peter Mrazek. John Cooper wants an explanation. All of this occurs with 11:21 left to go in regulation time. 2-0 Detroit. Stamkos still has 1:21 left on his penalty.
Oh, gonna look at it again. Brian Boyle had that shorthanded goal back in Game 1. He tries a quick forehand shot low. Mrazek's able to make the stop. And as Paquette works his way back to the front of the net, coming into the picture, he's gonna get his stick into the feet and the left pad of Mrazek. And I think that John Cooper wanted an explanation as to Mrazek's involvement on that play. And I think, as we have the conversation to my left here, John, with Mike Babcock can't believe that he doesn't have a 5-on-3 out of this situation.
Right. Brian Boyle had a shorthanded goal in Game 1, and this play looked identical, except for the save made by Mrazek.
Yeah, it was Detroit trying to take a chance in the offensive zone. In Game 1, it was Zidlitsky, real good individual play by Brian Boyle. The cutback move to stay to the forehand. You know the pressure's coming from behind. On the goal in Game 1, you didn't have that immediate pressure. So a little bit more urgency to get a shot away and a quality chance, but not really the luxury of slowing down and maybe making that cutback move because of the back pressure. So he's forced to take that quick little forehand, and it's a good read by Mrazek.
We'll get the calls. They're announcing them now. We'll get the interpretation. Paquette gets the penalty for goaltender interference. Abdelkader gets a penalty for roughing. Matching penalties called. Detroit maintains the power play out of the corner. Killorn moves it out. Shedlitsky knocking it down. Filppula sends it all the way back to the goaltender, Ben Bishop. 10:43 left to go in regulation time here in Game 3. Mrazek will put it on a tee for Marek Shedlitsky. He'll start ahead. Final push is on in terms of this Detroit power play. Pavel Datsyuk through the slot. Strawman is back. Helm in support. Shedlitsky turns it across. Moved by DeKaiser. Tatar double teamed. And controlled here by Tyler Johnson. But he turns it over. Great play by Datsyuk on him. Helm taken down by Strawman as he darted in. Back out through center ice. Victor Hedman over the line. Pulls up. Stamkos is up and ready. He's back on the ice. Even terms there where it counts. Detroit by 2. Under 10 minutes left in regulation time. Gus Nyquist storms in for a shot. Stopped by Ben Bishop. 9:50 left to go in this third period. The Red Wings with a 2-0 lead here in Game 3. Every game, every night continues on the NBC family of networks. Currently on USA Network, Washington and the New York Islanders in the fourth game of that series. Now a doubleheader here on NBCSN at 9:45 at United Center. They dropped the puck. Chicago and Nashville, game number 4. Later on the USA Network, Vancouver at Calgary, game 4. Gord Miller and Joe Micheletti are standing by in Chicago for the second game that will follow this one here tonight, and this one has been great. Series tied at 1. John Forsland, Andy Brickley inside the glass here at Joe Louis Arena. Pavel Datsyuk and Riley Sheahan have the goals for the Red Wings. They won Game 1, 3-2, Tampa Bay. Game 2, Saturday afternoon, 5-1. Game 4 is here on Thursday night. Alex Killorn hammers one along the boards and all the way down to Peter Mrazek. Jonathan Ericsson with the center zone. It's Helm taking a shot, and he sends one off the stick of Andre Schuster. Darren Helm again out in front, nobody home. It goes by Ryan Callahan. Kronwall's shot deflects wide. Killorn golfs one back out. Pavel Datsyuk now, who's separated a bit by Ryan Callahan, who goes hard at him. Callahan a steal. Try to make it happen. Drew Miller is there for Detroit. Look out here. Schuster caught by Mrazek.
Well, Peter Mrazek, who was the first star in Game 1. A high volume of shots, a number of big-time saves, and even though that second and third opportunity might not have been there in Game 1, but he's an active guy, and he's a guy that likes to compete. We show you again, Paquette perhaps trying to take Mrazek off his game a little bit, but Mrazek knows that the Paquette is there, and he's going out and he's inviting the contact. And that's what got John Cooper down to the bench to want an explanation from the officiating. And you saw the reaction by Mike Babcock, feeling that his team was wrong in the fact that they didn't add to what was already a 5-on-4 to a 5-on-3.
8:54 left in this third period. We spoke about the high volume. It was 44 saves in his first playoff win for Peter Mrazek in Game 1. Tonight, Tampa Bay with 19 shots. Here comes Sheahan walking in for the blue and out. Looking for his second tonight. Brendan Smith steers it off a stick, hard and deep. J.T. Brown for Tampa Bay. Strawman. He'll break it out for the Lightning. Anton Strawman gains center. Off a body off Brendan Morrow. Tampa Bay would have been offside. They restart. Strawman headmans the puck, steered along by Morrow, taken down by Shedlitsky. Brendan Smith has played well tonight. Takes it outside, plays it along the glass and all the way back. No icing. Matt Carl with his head on a swivel, finished off, you saw it. Landon Ferraro goes at him. DeKaiser at the line. Ferraro finished off by Carl. Bishop reverses. Brown was stationary. Drew Miller forces him. DeKaiser's shot blocked. And off the combination of Landon Ferraro and Matt Carl through center ice. Andre Palat gets it deep for Tampa Bay. DeKaiser is finished off by Palat. Reverses. Loose along the wall. Held in by Nikita Kucherov. To the top of your screen, Ferraro is there. It's held in. Moving. Hedman holding, shooting one, blocked. Glendening. Now Braden Colburn, a wrister, tipped wide by Tyler Johnson. Hedman pitches. Kyle Quincy hard pressed. He gets help from Drew Miller. Quincy again. Wide open is Danny DeKeyser. We approach the 13-minute mark in the third period of Game 3. Zetterberg. Victor Hedman, a good play. Off the window, back out. Goes high, Paquette. Just inside the line. Jonathan Erickson right back. Andre Schuster. Askarov off is sticking out, canceled again, and right back in the zone by Brendan Smith.
And this is the point in the hockey game, John, where Tampa's got to start thinking about activating that weak side defenseman like we saw a lot in Game 1 and 2.
Abdelkader a force in the forecheck. You saw it that time on Schuster. Had a hard time getting it up. Brendan Smith with a tight turn along the boards. Menstikov is there along with Justin Abdelkader for Detroit. Out of the pile-up. Still fought for. It goes deep. Shidlitsky to the corner. Zetterberg hard pressed. Phil Pelizonic. Killorn with a shot blocked by Shidlitsky out in front. And the Red Wings survive as they get it out.
Second big shot blocked by Detroit here in the last minute. The first one by Glendening, the next one by Shidlitsky.
Under 6 minutes left in regulation. Game 4 Thursday night. Through the middle of the ice. Colburn's pass broken up. Here they come. Datsyuk is in. His shot stopped by Ben Bishop. And again, as they have all night, they come together after the whistle. 5:44 left in this third period. They will separate. Pavel Datsyuk had the opportunity walking in on Ben Bishop, who says no. We go down the stretch in Game 3. Thank you, Catherine. You're right. Scott Darling has been a tremendous story. So many great stories around the league, but that game follows us here from Detroit. See the Western Conference bracket. Vancouver and Calgary later on tonight on the USA Network. Don Forsland, Andy Brickley, who's inside the glass at Joe Louis Arena. Series deadlocked at 1. Detroit on goals by Riley Sheahan and Pavel Datsyuk with a 2-0 lead. Ball start off the draw. They'll do it again. Shots still under 20. 19 taken by Tampa Bay, 18 by the Red Wings. The big power play goal in this third period scored by Riley Sheahan, his first Stanley Cup playoff goal. Jonathan Erickson. Darren Helm now to the outskirts. At the point, played in offside by Nick Gronwall.
Well, Joe, we talked about Tampa needing to activate their D a little bit more, take a few more chances, and that last opportunity for Pavel Datsyuk was the result of a turnover with Braden Colburn trying to jump into the play and do exactly that. Tampa's trying to generate something through the neutral zone, try to get some numbers, and when that puck doesn't stay with Tampa coming through center ice, it's Datsyuk that's opportunistic on the counterattack. Bishop has to make a pretty good stop.
In the corner now, it's Hedman. Errant pass, you see it come back. Cornwall ahead of Ryan Callahan. Would have been offside again. Callahan tags up. Schuster. Killorn, now Hedman. They reorganize. Just about 15 minutes gone. Here in Game 3 of this third period. Andre Schuster. Haynes center ice. He'll wrist it ahead. Jonathan Erickson shouldered by Ryan Callahan. Killorn spins off of Datsyuk. Chopped along by Stamkos. Here's Hedman. Steven Stamkos along the boards, interrupted by Thomas Tatar. Detroit is changing. He knows that. He recycles all the way back in his own end. He'll lug it out. Tatar. Pass. Good play by Drew Miller to get it out as he fended off Nikita Kucherov. Stralman pressured. Block to the outside. Up the middle, a dangerous pass. Cut off. Shidlitsky with a shot. Check that. Ferraro. It glances wide. Landon Ferraro with the opportunity now. Miller just inside the line. 4:20 left in this third period. Nikita Nesterov. They swing it across. Here's Kucherov with a shot blocked by DeKeyser. Stralman goes to work. Anton Stralman. He'll circle it back of Mrazek. They'll attempt to wheel it out in front. Anton Stralman stays with it. Flushed out by Zetterberg. Kucherov with a shot. It goes high. The glove side of Mrazek. Ferraro for Detroit. Tied up along the boards by Andre Palat. Under 4 minutes left in regulation time. You see the scrum. It pops out. Nikita Kucherov for Tyler Johnson. Skate the stick, Nesterov. It goes by Stralman. Quincy taken down. Here come the wings. They bust ahead. Ferraro out in front. Just by Ben Bishop. Henrik Zetterberg was awaiting that pass. Bishop now will settle it down. We'll keep an eye on him. 2-goal differential. Abdelkader goes hard on the forecheck. Now Nyquist moves it along. Colburn is tied up along the boards with Zetterberg. Tyler Johnson. Stick handles by Nyquist. To the neutral zone. Brendan Morrow run into by Zhitlitsky. But he got it deep. 3:07 on the clock. Detroit by 2 in game 3. Brendan Smith flushed out by Brendan Morrow. Smith to neutral ice, unattainable for Tatar. Morrow at the line, J.T. Brown, good play. Double team by Datsyuk and Smith. Andre Schuster moves it by the broken stick. Bishop stays put for now. Through the center zone on the attack, it's Morrow. Peter Mrazek out to play it. He'll move it for Nicholas Kronwall. Pressured by Carl. Schuster down deep. On the attack. Through the slot. Good sticks again. Punched out. It was Tatar. Bishop now. Plays it away from Darren Helm. Matt Carl. To an open wing. 2:20 left in the third period. Landon Ferraro grinding for Detroit. Stamkos winds it up. Taken down. Play will continue. Miller's in. Drew Miller, a shot caught by Bishop. A handoff for Callahan. Miller's on him. To the point. Quincy looking for a tip. Bishop the save. Poked wide. Ferraro out in front. Under 2 minutes left in regulation time. Bishop takes a look at the clock. Now the bench. Tampa Bay gets it out. It deflects out of play. We get a stoppage. Tempers flare again.
Now this will be a face-off in the neutral zone. It'll be tough to get Bishop to the bench off this face-off, and they could lose some clock time if they don't win the draw. Well, after Bishop made a stop, he put the puck back in play. Tampa really didn't have the bodies or the positioning to start getting something going in offensive direction and allow Detroit to take more time off the clock. It's off offensive zone puck possession and really limit Tampa's opportunity here in the final 2 minutes.
Stamkos on the bench. 1:51 on the clock.
Well, a home game here for Detroit. The coaching staff will tell you that it's a lot easier to get the matchups that you want. You get the last change. You get more puck possession because of the face-offs that favor the home team. And it's been a difficult night in terms of time and space. We talked to Nicholas Kronwall right before the game. Talked about how to slow down this Tampa offense, take away time and space, and be hard on the skill guys. And they've been able to really box in. Stamkos pretty good tonight.
Watch every Stanley Cup playoff game live on your laptop, tablet, or smartphone with NBC Sports Live Extra. Download the app. Go to NBCSports.com/Live Extra. Watch the biggest events anywhere, anytime. Bishop is back on the ice, but halfway out. This is just game number 1, as you saw. Nashville, Chicago, right here. And we're done at Joe Louis Arena. Ben Bishop on the bench. 6 skaters out for Tampa Bay. Have a hard time getting it in. Now they do. Here's Hedman off a stick. Fielded by Tyler Johnson. Riley Sheahan is on him. They go to the corner. Palat locates the puck. He sets up Hedman. Looking for a tip. There it is. Mrazek says no. Set wide. Kucherov had the chance. Time to go. Kucherov sends it back. Hedman holding. Delaying. Moved along for Phil Palat. His shot goes high. Loose this way for Hedman. 70 seconds left here in game 3. Kucherov taken down. Stralman for Tampa Bay. Now Phil Palat. This way again, it's Victor Hedman. One-timer Stralman. It's blocked by Drew Miller. Jonathan Ericsson powers to the wall. Met by Palat. Under a minute left at Joe Louis Arena. Glendening forks it all the way down. He scores!
is for Detroit. The guys that you have trust in on the ice in this situation. Protecting a 2-0 lead with good pressure in the 6-on-5 situation. Kucherov's going to get an opportunity. There are some legs in the way, but he had an opportunity on a puck that found him on a first. A beautiful right pad stop by Mrazek. We're going to look at it again. Off Palat, there's the rebound. Ericsson's a big body, but there was room. He missed on the short side. Filppula had an opportunity right after that, trying to go high glove. And then Glendening, after a good board battle down low and a good shot block by Drew Miller on a one-timer by Stralman, Glendening able to find the open net.
How many times have we said a good shot block by Drew Miller? Outstanding in that play. Luke Glendening, second goal of the series. 35 seconds left. Game 4 is Thursday night. Schuster moves it along. Carl, dead center, bouncing in on Peter Mrazek. He'll float it back out. Jonathan Ericsson gets the assist on the empty net goal scored by Luke Glendening at 19:11. Detroit coming home and responding in a big way. Schuster, right on the target. Out in front, a save by Mrazek, a dandy there. Head to the boards, 2 seconds left. First career playoff shutout for Peter Mrazek, as the Detroit Red Wings take a 2-1 lead in the best-of-7 series. Final count, Detroit 3, Tampa Bay no score. Thanks for watching the Stanley Cup playoffs presented by Geico. For Andy Brickley, this is John Porcelain for our entire crew. Let's send it now to Catherine Tappan.